come here for local workers or anything else. We came here to have a better life and have a job.
But I thought, I mean, is Asylum not just meant to be running from conflict, though?
It could be anything.
It could be anything?
Once you find a safe place, you need to integrate. You need to find a job. You need to find education.
What are some of the main concerns that you've heard from constituents about the events that are going on here in Kinnegad?
Very simply that 75 single men were moved into the town weekend before last into a hotel which has 45 rooms. So and the community really have been looking for resources for many years here, including a town park, a community centre, library, etc. None of them are in place yet. So it was a very unsuitable location for that amount of people.
There are no amenities within Kinnegad for our own children at the moment. So therefore, putting 150 men into a hotel with no support in there, no plan of action, no nothing like that, was going to leave them aimlessly wandering the street. They would aimlessly wander the street. We'd be getting nervous because of children and there's men in the town and it's going to cause a really bad cycle.
There was a small amount of behaviour which was picked up in the first weekend. It's been investigated and all those responsible have been reported and been dealt with accordingly, the way anybody is in Kinnegad. They had no NGO, they had no translator, they had no integration officer, so they wandered around the town quite aimlessly. And of course, in a large group like that, a few of them, didn't settle in the way you'd have liked, and they caused problems for the other people in Harry's, and they also caused problems for the community. And they've been moved on. But by and large, we welcome everyone to this community. We just don't feel that 75 people in Harry's is the answer.
How safe is our children and women of this town? Coming to winter now again.
Not safe.
No, they're not. No. And I'll be very honest with you, at the moment they're not. Okay. And if it was 75 Irishmen, they still wouldn't be safe. Because none of the men going in there are vetted, none of them have any documentation, and the government have a 6-month policy that it's a process of asylum for them to get their full documentation. We're trying to get that cut to 3 months for our group at the moment to try and work with it. So you've got men that have basically come off a plane with no documentation. They have one initial interview with the Gardaí and they see if they can flag anything. I already explained to the guards that I think that that's pointless because anybody can lie in an interview. Unfortunately, there are some of them that aren't going to be here for genuine reasons, and we can't know who they are and who they aren't. But what we can do is the ones that are here genuinely just to do the process and get themselves up and running and get their lives started. If we work with those guys, they're going to help us out by keeping an eye on the guys that aren't and helping us weed out the ones that aren't supposed to be here.
One of the things that was said during the meeting was that it's kind of standard procedure for direct provision centres to be placed in areas without consulting the county council. Do you think that that's kind of an appropriate way to go about it?
No, I'm a county councillor myself, and I brought it up at today's meeting saying that we cannot allow a situation where the council, who are in charge of housing, planning, provision for people coming into the country from abroad, Ukrainian situation, the whole lot, why were they bypassed when they're already doing such a wonderful job and they have the expertise on site to deal with it? They should be consulted in the first instance, so you put them in the most appropriate place to meet their needs.
So, when did you come to Ireland? 2 or 4 weeks ago, and you came here seeking asylum. Did you come here seeking asylum? And what were you running from? What were you running from in Somalia? Running from Somalia?
Yes.
But what in Somalia? What danger?
What danger?
Yeah.
Al-Shabaab.
Al-Shabaab. How did you get to Ireland?
How did you get to Ireland?
By bus. From the UK. And how did you get to UK? Like tell us your journey, your story. Long story. Okay. The other men who are in your room, where are they from? All different countries. Like what countries?
Nigeria, Syria, Lebanon, Botswana, Ethiopia.
Does that cause any conflict or tension?
When there's lots of man in one place, are we okay together? There's no conflict between us.
No. Was there at the beginning?
No.
No. What about religion? Is there any kind of religious problems?
No.
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 What would you say if somebody said, well, you've been taken in, you've found a safe country, so shouldn't you be happy?
We're in a safe country. Being safe. Doesn't mean that you're safe. You can't even walk on the streets now. You're not safe.
But what's the danger, do you think, walking down the street?
Shame. The community doesn't want us, and they've been making lots of lies. They've been racist people coming here from another town, telling us we're Ukrainian, and there's not even one Ukrainian living in this place.
But weren't there a couple of people arrested from the hotel for antisocial behaviour?
What has that got to do with us?
Do you understand why the local people are frustrated?
Not all local people are bad. Some of them are coming to say hello to us, looking after us. So,
Absolutely. Sorry, what was your name?
the name,
Yeah,
Abdi,
Abdi. And how old are you?
38 years old.
38 years old. Absolutely.
They tell you need to move. We've been 4 places within 1 month.
What were those places?
City West Hotel, Red Cow, Cork, back to City, back to, and what do you call it, Red Cow, then here.
And we heard that you were moved because of the Ukrainians. Is that true?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
If that was true, how would you feel about that?
But it is true, the whole world knows that. If we had a blue eyes and a white color, we wouldn't be in this shit hotel. We didn't come here for local workers or anything else. We came here to have a better life and have a job.
But I thought, I mean, is Asylum not just meant to be running from conflict, though?
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Once you find a safe place, you need to integrate. You need to find a job. You need to find education.